One.
You have to be willing to stand up and
Be
fight.
willing to stand up
Even
and
if you're
fight.
an ordinary person.
Even if you're an ordinary person.
Nothing is going to get
or
better.
else nothing else
And
is going to
two,
get better.
Child abuse is bad.
Child abuse is bad.
Stellar takes here, guys. Really breaking ground. Let's focus on the first one here.
You have to be willing to stand up and fight, even if you're an ordinary person, or else nothing is going to get better.
At best ham-fisted and at worst straight up hypocritical.
At Nutrisource, we care about people just as much as we care about pets, and we really care about pets.
For pets.
Unlike Toko, Komaru is an ordinary high school girl, not an ultimate student, and she does not think she can make a difference or survive this apocalypse. Not an unreasonable frame of mind to be in after being held prisoner for 2 years and almost immediately being killed when she escaped. But one of Toko's issues is that she doesn't think Komaru should use her normalness as a reason to give up or to not be self-sufficient. Even if things are rough or seem bleak, Toko believes you owe it to yourself to try and refuse what life hands to you out of spite. Again, I don't disagree here. Spite is a great motivator for getting through life. But this is coming from the same person who repeatedly ridicules for being cowardly and weak and having a brother complex. Is this foreshadowing? Andrew spends a lot of time talking about how certain solutions are dumb and pointless, so it would just be better to avoid taking a certain risk. She also doesn't do any fighting herself. She instead triggers Genocide Jack, who, reminder, is specifically gifted whenever she's in a pinch. She doesn't even help solve puzzles other than yelling at us when we already know the solution. It's just that the mechanics are so fucking bad that I can't do anything about it, Toko! It reads as Toko applying standards to Komaru that she does not hold herself to. And if this was more explicitly called out, or the fact that Toko's been a dick to us the whole time, I would be okay with this. The euphoria I felt when Komaru called her out right here, God, it was the last time I remember feeling joy playing this game. Toko is not a fighter, but if you wanted her words to mean something more, then she should have been able to acknowledge her own
never praised or thanked anyone my whole
life herself, rather than
prior
just
to the last chapter.
Jack take the wheel.
And for those of you who haven't played Trigger Happy Havoc in a while, the same exact thing happens at the end of the first game too. Yeah, Toko was really given the shaft in that last chapter.
She could have just, I don't know, been more like a support party member? Maybe she's got a hacking gun more tricked out with the passive defensive abilities, and Komaru could have just been offensive. Toko carrying as much weight as her friend wouldn't have prevented her from learning that she can't treat people like trash. The other way this weird double standard manifests is with the adult resistance. People who are criticized by the narrative for hiding out and doing nothing instead of fighting back against the children. Sure, they don't have any weapons or a plan or maybe even reservations about attacking kids, but that doesn't matter. They're being cowards and using their normalness as an excuse.
Letters of the one of the letters of the alphabet.
These people have literally only been down here for a few days.
Part of my nose was itching.
After seeing their loved ones and city destroyed. Most of them are injured, and all of them are certainly traumatized. They got down here and presumably have no weapons. The chances of them winning unarmed and uncoordinated would be slim to none.
That throat clear,
though.
The
way the speech is phrased, I can't shake the feeling that Komaru is blaming the victims of a massacre for being scared and unsure of what to do next. That just feels dirty, especially once you consider that it's being given by a girl who literally has a weapon designed to fight against Monokumas and a literal serial killer on her side.
Serial killer.
Her situation is bad, don't get me wrong, but so is theirs, and Komaru has some advantages that these people simply don't.
Genocide Jack.
The only person this call-out actually applies to is resident dirtbag Haichi Toa because he's a capitalist, and God forbid we do anything to damage the Toa name, even though you made this all this happen, you monster!
And speaking of
you made this all this happen, you monster!
Do we need to talk about the sexual content? I think we need to talk about the sexual content.
Oh, we're talking about the sexual content. OMG.
My professor said that I need to be careful on how I present this next subject, and so while we discuss the second point here,
child abuse is bad.
Very hard to stay calm and stay rational.
Thanks for bringing that
up.
But
no promises.
Ultra Despair Girls explores various types of child abuse, primarily through the antagonists, the Warriors of Hope. All of them have endured severe trauma at the hands of their parents.
Monaco was slapping Kotoko, I think.
Negative implications about making child
in that
abuse
cutscene.
survivors the villains. Ultra Despair Girls
it looks like a diary she wrote.
Job of showing the toll it had on the warriors'
Monokuma.
You can easily see how each child Junko's influence once she took them underneath her wing and made them feel loved. The revelation of Masaru's physical abuse succeeded in making me feel sorry for him and making me question how much these children's outlooks were their own faults. Nagisa is fantastic. I'm saving Monica for a future video because I have a lot of thoughts about her. Jotaro's reveal honestly sucked, but it was also the only chapter of this game that I didn't feel completely miserable playing, so he's got that going for him.
I wonder if this game has voice acting cutscenes. You know, like from Skyrim and Oblivion Remastered.
But Kotoko's treatment is appalling. You don't
And
need to tell me that
Octopath
Danganronpa
Traveler?
treats most sexual assault cases with the grace of a bull in a china shop. But still, you would hope that they would be more careful if they dare to make one of these children a victim of CSA. And this game had the audacity to get my hopes up.
Monica slapping
Because the initial
Kotoko.
reveal of Kotoko's
Cutscene.
abuse demonstrates that somebody on
Adult
the writing team
H.
had an ounce of creative tact when it came to handling this topic. I guess they got fired after the scene was greenlit. With one simple flashback, you learn everything you need to know about her to understand why she is the way she is. And it sets up one of the most devastating sequences in the entire Danganronpa franchise.
Don't say you'll be gentle.
Oh, they only speak in original Japanese.
Just hurt me instead.
No,
You say gentle. Please be gentle with me.
English dub.
Please come here.
I don't care if Kotoko is a fictional character, because her story is somebody else's story, and it deserves to be treated with respect. And it absolutely was not.
The very same little girl who is crying and screaming from recalling her trauma has her clothes ripped off her.
Oh,
And she's stripped down to her underwear.
blurred out because
There are
she's
so many panty shots of this little girl, even though
Oh,
one was already
Rule
too many.
34.
The game also
Hentai.
has Kotoko kidnap and sexually assault Kamaru. Now maybe I could forgive this if it only existed to
Portal.
discuss the cycle of abuse. That's a very slim possibility, but it's not zero. But where this game crossed the line was when I was forced to play a minigame
Welcome
where
to
I
the
had to prevent
Aperture
my
Science
protagonist,
Laboratory.
a high school girl, from being groped, and the tutorial dared to imply that the player would be turned on by this, as though this is sexy. Not to mention that Haiji Towa, who's already a very terrible person for other reasons, is a pedophile, and it's played off as a joke, and something that Kamaru apparently finds attractive. Congrats, you made an interesting, morally bankrupt character who would have been fun to discuss, and then you decided to forever ruin conversations surrounding him by including pedophilia. Then frickin' Kurokuma says,
How dare you? How dare anybody think that including these scenes in a game, especially in a game that supposedly calls out this behavior, was a good idea?
How
Because
dare
now you
me.
either just invalidated the entire point you were trying to make for the sake of fan service and jokes, or you just demonstrated
They
that
don't
you
joke
never
about
really
the other
meant what you
kids'
said
types
in
of
the
abuse
first
either.
place.
It's exclusively
this
childhood
is where I
sexual
checked out of
abuse.
the game emotionally, mentally, and almost physically. I was so close to publishing a video after this chapter explaining that I would not be continuing this game. I only did so out of sheer spite, so no one
Sheer
can tell me
spite.
that I hadn't given this game a fair chance. I was fine
Oh,
up
it's
until this
blurred
chapter.
out because she's
After
naked.
this, there was no coming back.
No, her
Sexualizing
face.
ambiguously legal adults is one thing, but there
Oh.
is no ambiguity here. This is a child. Being
Whoa.
weird about the sexual abuse
Lolicon.
experienced by these possible adult characters
Oh.
through only dialogue is already bad.
Lolicon Rule
But
30.
it's even worse when
Lolicon
you're
Rule
forced to watch it
34.
happen and have it played off as a joke. And to
Toko.
anybody who thinks to act like I'm in any way being unreasonable or overly sensitive for thinking a video game should maybe not be making jokes about sexual assault done to a child, then full offense, you can leave my channel. You are not welcome here.
People say that haters don't give this game a chance, and I frankly don't care. Having played the entire thing for myself, I don't think this game deserves to be given a chance. Even if it had completely good intentions, it absolutely botched it, and it became the very thing it was mocking. It does not justify the way this game turned out.
I can't believe I paid $20 for this. I paid 10.
Well, To Despair Girls is the worst game I have.
There's that song she hates.
I hope it's the worst game I've ever played because I don't know how it could have gotten worse. Every hour I spent on this game was an hour of my life wasted. The characters were mid, the game controls sucked, and when the story wasn't dull, it was disgusting. Ultra Despair Girls is awful. I refuse to recommend this game to anybody, and if you think I'm being unreasonable for thinking that one chapter ruins the entire game, I'm not sorry in the slightest. 2 out of 10, don't waste your money. That's it. Video is over. Good night, Tri-State area. I'll see you in a couple of weeks with the rewrite.
Special thanks to my local coffee shop for giving me the. Check out the description below. Made my life easier. Um, 100 line last. Wait, isn't that made by the same company that made Danganronpa? Okay. What? What did you say? What? The walker? Hold up, I gotta help my mom. This was my reaction. Alright, see you next time.